What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. All right, and welcome back to another episode. So today is going to be one of those straightforward episodes, and the title of this episode is exactly what you're about to get. 5 keys, 5 ways for you to stop being lazy, to be more motivated, and to get stuff done. And first, I want to give you a quote, and I want this quote to be part of your life, part of your identity forever. The quote is going to change your life for the better if you abide by it, and the quote is simple. Let action and routine drive your life, not emotion. Let me say that again. Let action and routine drive your life, not emotion. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with emotion. Emotion is necessary in life. That's one of the first things, or one of the most things, or one of the, one of the things that makes us the most human, right? Emotions. We feel the highest of highs. We feel the lowest of lows. We love. It's a beautiful thing. But when emotions get in the way of your life and the life you're trying to build, that's when it becomes a problem. So again, let action and routine drive your life, not emotion. And let me give you an example of this. So let's say somebody has a project in their head that they want to bring to life, and they want to execute it and show the world this beautiful project they have in their head. And then they start working on it. They make some progress. Then they start to realize, okay, this is actually hard to maintain. It's harder than I thought it would be to keep working at this, to stay motivated at this. They realize that as time goes by, they want to work on it less and less. They realize that the motivation is fading and they feel stagnant when the progress stops. And what do? They beat themselves up about it. They let their emotions take over and dig an even bigger hole. They feel stupid. They call themselves stupid. They start judging themselves. They start guilting themselves. They bring emotion into it, or fear into it, or limiting belief into it. And this is why you should let action and routine drive your life, not emotion. You want to wake up and take consistent daily action towards the life you want to have, towards the goal you're working towards. And if you are consistent at this, you will eventually get to where you want to be by just taking the right action and having the right routine. And one of the reasons why a lot of people can't stay motivated, or they can't keep a routine and consistency, is because they don't have a plan. They don't know they don't know where they're going. And if you don't know where you're going, how in the hell can you take action to get there? Think about that. If you don't know where you're going and you wake up in the morning, what are you supposed to do? What action are you supposed to take? It can feel like the action you're taking is getting you nowhere. And what happens is people end up waking up with very little vision towards what they need to do. And if you don't have vision or a plan, it'll be hard to figure out what actions you need to take. And then emotions will definitely kick in when you don't achieve that thing. And of course you didn't achieve it. You didn't have a vision, a plan. And of course, you can't get to where you want to be if you don't have a vision or a plan. So I'm going to give you 5 things to help you get out of your own way. 5 things to help you not be lazy, to get you to a place mentally where you can win the battle between you and yourself and get closer to achieving those things you want to achieve, to help you become a more driven and motivated person. And the first one is vision. The second one is schedule. The third one is intention. The fourth is action. And the fifth is routine. So let's dive in. So the first one is vision. And the question has to be, what do you want? Because you can't help yourself get to somewhere if you don't even know where that somewhere is. Where are you going? What do you want? If you fast forward your life 10 years, what do you want to be doing? If you want to be doing something that's going to be making you a lot of money, what would you be doing? Hell, even 365 days from this exact day, if you can fast forward, what would you be doing? And as simple as a question as this may seem, a lot of people don't really sit and think about that. They maybe have an idea. They probably know that they want to be in a better place than where they are right now, some way, somehow, but they don't actually think what the actual details of that is. And that's an important first step to getting to that place. And I want you to really think about that. What do you want in the next year, in 5 years, 10 years? And go ahead and write this down. If you need to, hit the pause button for as long as you need. I'll be right here. What do you want? What do you want your relationships to look like? Your bank account to look like? Your career? Your house? Where you live? What will you have accomplished? If you don't know this, then how can you ever have the life you want? How can you? If you never are clear on the life you want in the first place, it's going to be hard as hell, impossible to actually build that life. So the first thing you have to do is to have some kind of vision. That's the first one. Second thing is you have to figure out some kind of schedule. And y'all, I cannot stress to you enough how important this is. And I've said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's so damn impactful, and it's been a major key in me being as accomplished, or me accomplishing all the things I've been able to accomplish. Getting your schedule together. Not only getting it together, but sticking to it. Because one of the biggest excuses we all hear, or one that we've had before, we've all had this excuse, is that we don't have enough time. Have you ever said, I don't have enough time before? Has that ever been a reason for you to use for not being where you want to be? I know you have. We all have. And the thing is, you always have more time than you think. The problem is, we can be flat out horrible at scheduling our time. We can be flat out horrible at managing our time. And this is a skill, something you can get better with. So if you feel like you don't have enough time, show me your schedule. Show me all the time you lose that you don't even realize or think about due to your phone or your TV or literally doing nothing. And the thing is, look, we only get 24 hours a day, no more. And we all get the same amount of time. So how can you build a schedule around the life you have to be able to get the life you want? Maybe you have a full-time job. Maybe you have kids. And that's amazing. But don't use your kids as an excuse to why you don't have the life you want. Use them as a reason to why you're going to create the life you want. Right? We all only get 24 hours a day. And you better believe there's somebody out there who has your schedule and life that looks just like yours, and they still were able to create the life they wanted with those same 24 hours. So you need to get good at creating a schedule. This will help you get motivated. Why? Because you're going to know exactly what you need to be doing at a certain time to get you towards your goal. And one of the main things that keeps people unmotivated is indecision. That is one of the main things. And I'll give you an example of my schedule. And you don't have to do this same strategy that I use or the same kind of schedule that I do. But what you'll notice about mine is it's very detailed. And I have at least 3 things on my schedule that are important and that I absolutely have to get done. And for my schedule, I get detailed with time, and it really helps me. So from 8:30 to 9:30, I write this podcast episode. From 9:30 to 10, I go over my plan to release more music and record more music. From 10 to 11, I'm going to do laundry and clean. From 11 to 11:30, I'm going to make a shopping list and respond to emails. At 11:30, I'm going to make a social media post because that's around the best time to do it to get the best engagement. From 11:45 to 1:45, I'm going to go to the gym and then go shopping. And then from 2 to 2:30, I'm going to record this episode. So as I'm reading this, it should be a little after 2:30. And I'm actually a little bit off. It's 2:50 right now. So I'm still doing decent, I'm going down the list. So from 3 to 4, I'm going to look at my script. Then I schedule myself a break for a few hours. Then I plan on recording music, right? Which I don't have a time set for that because I know other things will come up in the day. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to stick to it that late in the day, but that's my plan. That's how I schedule my day. And I've been doing this kind of daily schedule. I call it my daily plan for a while now, and it really works. But again, you don't have to do it my way, but you need to have some kind of plan, some kind of schedule to follow. And that's number 2. What's up, what's up, what's up? I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So, if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here, and let's get back to it. Number 3 is to have intention. How can you bring more intention into your life? Can you wake up every day with more intention? Not just wake up every damn day and just go with the motions, just waking up and rolling with the punches of your life. And we've all been there. Maybe that's you right now. You just wake up, go to work, come home, eat, shower, sleep, then do it all over the next day. We've all been there. And even if you're somebody who people will consider a successful person, from the outside looking in, somebody might not understand that. They might not understand that you're just going through the motions with no intentions. What do I mean? The conversation you may have with your employee, the conversation you may have with your boss, the conversations you may have with your significant other. And not just conversations, but actions. The intentions you may have when you spend time with your kids. When you execute that to-do list, that daily plan, can you bring more intention into each of these things you plan out? Going through the motions and not having intention on how you want to feel, what you want to accomplish ultimately, can leave you stagnant. How do you feel when you walk into that meeting? Have intention behind that. What do you want to accomplish at work today? Too many people just drift from one thing to the next. But if you take 15 seconds, if you just take 15 seconds to think about what the intentions are that you want to bring, the more that, one, you'll enjoy it, and two, the more you're going to get out of it. So think about that. What would make today successful for you? What would it be? Have that intention in your day, in your life. Most people don't have that intention in their day. They just drift. They go on autopilot and they go through the motions. Just like you wouldn't jump in the boat and leave the motor off and let the water just drift you to wherever it takes you, right? You shouldn't live your days like that. You shouldn't live your life like that. And this is why most people don't get the lives they want. They don't get in the damn driver's seat. They don't drive towards where they want to go, where they want to be. So that's 3, more intentions. And what are my intentions, you may ask? Well, lately I've been focusing on being a better friend. With me being so busy lately, I'm realizing that my communication has been bad. So I'm making it a point to get better at that with my friends. I'm also focusing on my mindset, obviously, but focusing on my mindset with the intent of manifesting where I want to be. So my focus lately is heavy on me telling myself that I'm going to make it happen, that I'm making it happen right here, right now, that this is the process. And with every day I make a daily plan for myself, these are the things that will get me there. And those are just a few intentions of mine. Yours don't have to be that many. It could be just one to start out. As a matter of fact, if you've never done this before, I suggest you only start out with one. See how it feels. See how it affects your day. Do that for a few days, then add more. And I promise you, as somebody who does this, this can and will change your life. So that's number 3. Have more intention. And this leads us to the next one, which is 4, action. You have to get your body moving. Emotions follow the body. When you don't feel good, when you feel unaccomplished, you don't usually feel this way when you have a vision, right? You don't usually feel this way when you have a schedule and a plan that you're executing. When does this happen? Excuse me. When does it happen when you feel like this? Well, when you feel bad about yourself, it's usually when you've been sitting around on social media for 30 minutes and you haven't gotten anything done today. When you take action towards something that you want to do, something you want to achieve, you taking that action is going to naturally give you momentum and excitement to keep going. Emotion follows the body, so keep the body moving. Take that action. Do the work. That's one of the biggest secrets. And I say this all the time, but action creates more action. Inaction creates more inaction. Action creates more action. Inaction creates more inaction. And remember that phrase, And if you've been inactive today, you've been sitting around doing nothing, it's easy as hell to keep doing exactly that. So move your body. Even if it's just doing jumping jacks, push-ups, jogging in place, shaking your limbs out. There's science behind you getting your body moving and being able to mentally keep more action going. But you have to figure out how to get that action started. Because think about it. When you have that productive day and you're checking off things from your to-do list, it's way easier to keep going and try and check off another thing off that list because that action you've been taking that day is motivating you to do more. So you got to just take some action. Do the thing. Start the thing. Now, one trick that I found that helps me is to set a timer for only 5 minutes. Just 5. Because 5 minutes, it's not a lot of time, right? You got 5 minutes, right? Set that timer, start whatever task you need to do, and focus on nothing else. Don't let anything else distract you for just 5 minutes. No distractions, right? Have a singular focus on that one thing, one task. And once that 5 minutes is up, see if you can do it again. Challenge yourself because it's only 5 minutes, right? Try it. And I challenge you. Anyway, that's number 4. Take action. And the last one, number 5, is routine. Do you have a routine? A set routine. So you're taking action, right? But can you create a routine around that action? Do you have a morning routine? Do you have an evening routine? Consistent daily action creates routine, and routines will drive you. And the thing about routines is once you build them, if they're good ones, the right ones that will get you towards your goals, after a while, they become habits. And that's exactly where you want to be. So how do we build those routines? How do we start building those habits of waking up early in the morning and doing our routine before we go to bed? And this ain't got to be a long ass list of things that takes 3 hours. Because your morning routine or evening routine can be too long. And if that happens, what will happen is people start to stop after a week or two because they feel like they just don't have enough time to get it done. So can you develop a routine that makes it easier to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish? My morning routine, I wake up, I make coffee, I make my bed, I pray, then I make my daily plan. And I do this every day. I wake up, I make coffee, make my bed, pray, make my daily plan. Simple and short. So create your own routine, and this will start to build momentum. Momentum will make it easier for you to continue to create action. So if you're feeling lazy or motivated, if you can have a vision of where you want to go, have a schedule, if you can start to have intentions and you have a plan of action and then take that action and set a routine, do you think you would feel more motivated if you did this? Do you think you would feel more driven? The answer is yes. So ask yourself these questions. Where do you want to be in 12 months? Where do you want to be in 5 years? 10 years? What is the daily schedule you would have to make that a reality? What intentions would you need to have on a daily basis to get you to start to become that person? What actions do you need to accomplish daily, every single day? And what routines do you need to create? How can you create a plan, figure out what you need to do, and take the action towards getting it done? And I want to leave you with this. In 10 years, God willing, we're all alive in 10 years, but in 10 years, the actions you take today will decide where you are. And if you don't make the choices to take the actions to get you a life that's different than the one you have right now, you won't get the life you want. We're all going to be somewhere in 10 years. What you do today will determine where that somewhere is. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.